Well, Sculpture 2 was, was completely different from Sculpture 1. The both have been absolutely great fun, I mean, I have to say, but Sculpture 2 has been a bit more of an adventure because it's been largely abstract. And I have to be honest about it, my appreciation of sculpture before was very much in the traditional. And I think Jim made all the difference to that. He was the right tutor, for this bit of the course. There was a real project underway in a small town about 10 miles away from me in Annan, where a building that had been built at the beginning of the century was meant to have had a statue of Robert the Bruce on it, and they couldn't afford it at the time. So it lay vacant for the whole of the 20th century, really. And I happened to know the architect who was acting as the project manager. And so this was my response, if you want, to the briefing notes. The whole idea was to instead of producing the traditional type statue of a king of the past, where it tends to be very static, and I wanted to get the movement into it to show that this was a relatively young man. So I wanted the statue to pick that up, a wee bit less of the heraldic tapestry and all that comes along with it. And one particular sculptor, an American, Louise Nevelson, really became, I think, really the key character in it all. She produces work which was in large part black, and she also produced assemblages. And that worked very well for me, because the idea of producing a totally abstract piece of work is so much easier to do if you're actually putting bits together. And it was only when I started working with wood and really moving into assembling that I really think I found the route into the abstract. And taking a chair and breaking it down into all its different components and then rebuilding it, was a golden opportunity to play with that. It was just pure chance. I mean, I was looking at something else entirely different, and I came up with this name, Petrushka, and it's a puppet story, and it was turned into a ballet as well with Nijinsky. The character of Petrushka is more of a sad kind of character who comes to a very sad ending as well in the story. But I think it brings a smile to most people's faces. So I guess it must be that catches. So I've maybe failed in producing the sad figure, but been successful in producing this other character. And this particular project here is a tribute, if you want, to a hero. And Leonard Cohen was travelling around the UK at that particular time. So that's what this is. It's a tribute to Leonard Cohen. So the tall one is the Tower of Song, which was one of his CDs. And the theme behind it is it's a tower, and the various shapes on it, if you want, are elements of the music world, with the aerial on the top, picking up sound waves. So that got us into the tower thought process, and Metropolis is the kind of finale of that, if you want. It is where all those different components, came together in one large piece. Two of my particular heroes aren't sculptors at all, they're architects. One's Charles Rennie Mackintosh, the Glasgow architect, and the other is the American architect Lloyd Wright. And then there's the film, the 20s version of Metropolis, and particularly the poster work that was used to advertise and promote that. And then there's the Nevelson influence, which has come through right from the very beginning, which is about building towers and producing, the black, overall effect into the bargain. So when you combine all those four elements together, Metropolis was the outcome of that.